Hi guys, Dan here, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is quite different from my usual ones, cause as you read on the title, today we're doing a bullet journal setup for 2020. This is my very first video about bullet journaling, so please be patient with me as I'm still trying to figure out this whole new thing. For this setup I choose a very simple yet classic style, and I only used black and white since I wanted to do something that I know won't get me bored over the year. All the materials I used, however, will be put on the description box down below. The very first page I did is my key. I've been bullet journaling for 4 months now, and now that I got the hang of it, I want to start experiment a bit more with the system to find what really is best for me. So this year I'm going to change a bit my symbols. I will be using a circle for tasks, a half-colored circle for started tasks, a black circle for completed tasks, a line over a task to say it's cancelled, an arrow pointing right for migrated tasks, an arrow pointing left for scheduled tasks, a triangle for appointments, a clock for deadlines, an asterisk for birthdays, and a dot for extra things I want to keep track of that doesn't match the other symbols. In the following page, I just wrote a quote to have a positive reminder every time I open my journal, and then I moved to the following spread. On the left page, I'm going to make a grid spacing sheet, which I didn't show the making of in this video, since I still have to figure out how to exactly do that. But if you're interested, I will be linking to Rach Lee's 2020 setup so that you can see what I'm talking about. She's a very talented girl and I love her videos so much. She was such a lifesaver when I first approached bullet journaling. So if you don't know her yet, which honestly I doubt, go check her out as soon as possible and I promise you won't regret that. Anyway, that means all, in the right page I wrote 2020 as a cover page to the new year. Moving on to the next spread, I made my future log. I didn't make a year at a glance, cause honestly, that doesn't seem to be any useful to me, so I just skipped that. I'm using 4 pages to do the future log, and I chose an horizontal layout. I divided each page into 3 sections, and in each section I made a mini calendar of the related months. The next spread is dedicated to my goals and accomplishments. I kept the layout very clean, just writing the titles on the middle of the pages, so that I can have plenty of space to write down everything I want. After that, I dedicated a page to my things to check out list. I divided the page into 4 categories, which are books, comics, movies, and shows. However, you can always customize the spread, adding or changing any category that best suits your interest, like music or podcasts. After that, I used the other page for my bucket list, where I'll write down all the random things I want to do sooner or later in the year. Then I used the next spread to make 2 other lists. On the left, my wish list, and on the right, a things to try list. I'm not really sure of how much will I actually use this last one, but the idea is to use it to write down any activity that I'm curious to try out, like for example, doll customizing or singing. On the next page, I made a birthday gift tracker. I have a terrible memory and I never remember what I give to my fellows, so I thought it could be useful to write it somewhere, so that the following year I can look back at it and avoid the risk of doing the same gift twice. I divided the page into 4 columns where I'll write the person's name, their birthday date, the gift I made, and the last column is for eventual other ideas to use for the upcoming years. On the right page, I made a challenge of the month calendar. I created 12 little boxes, one for each month, and in every box I will be writing a different challenge to do on that month. The following spread is for my YouTube videos and illustrations idea. I want to try being more active on YouTube, and I hope that having a dedicated page where to write down my ideas will help me achieving that goal. Also, having a place where to store any idea for illustrations will hopefully turn out useful for those moments when I have heart block or simply I don't know what to draw. I then added a brain dump spread for eventual random thoughts I don't want to forget about. After that, I used the next 2 pages to make an exam tracker. This is quite experimental, I never did anything similar before, but hopefully this will help me organizing my studying schedule, which right now, believe me, is a complete mess. What I did was to divide pages into 4 columns, where I will write the subject, the requirements of the exam, my progress level, and the date of the exam. I will try this out in the upcoming months and I'll see if this works for me. The next spread is dedicated to the bullet journal itself. I made a Bujo Themes Ideas page and a Bujo Notes page where to write down anything I learned about my bullet journaling preferences, since I'm still kinda new to this community and I want to see how can I make this experience the best for me. And finally, here we come to the last spread of this setup, which is a My Here in Pictures spread. I'm not sure if I'll manage to actually use that, because usually I don't take that much pictures, but I wanted to include that in my setup anyway, as a motivation to take more of them and to keep them as memories. And with that, we have finished setting up for 2020. I truly hope you liked the video and maybe that you found some spread ideas for your own journal. Please let me know what you think on the comment section, because since this is my very first bullet journaling video, I really care about your opinion on whether you liked it or if there's anything that you would have preferred to be different. And you know, of course, as always, any feedback and advice to improve is really much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching till there, guys, and happy journaling! Bye!